Hello, third grade. Today we're going over our reading strategies for this week. Our first strategy is ask and answer questions. When we ask and answer questions, that helps our comprehension. It helps us to understand what's going on in the text. For example, yesterday we read about the Grand Canyon. So your question might be, why in the world do people want to go see this Grand Canyon? What makes it so special? Well, as you read, you notice that people like to hike trails and take boat rides. They like to look at the animals in the cliffs. They go to learn about its history. Now you can answer your question. As we're reading, it's also important that we look at our comprehension skill of the main idea and the key details. The main idea is the most important point that the author is making about a topic. Key details tell about the main idea. For example, the main idea of our text that we read yesterday was all about about the Grand Canyon and why people visit it. So your main idea might be people really like to visit the Grand Canyon. Details, people hiking the trails. They like to gaze across the massive red and brown cliffs. Okay, so that just gives us an idea of why people are going to visit the Grand Canyon. This week we're going to have an opportunity to look for a lot more main ideas as we think about different landmarks that we come across. Next, our genre this week is an expository text. An expository text gives facts and information about a social studies topic. So, interestingly enough, we'll be studying the Grand Canyon and Mount Rushmore in social studies in this same chapter with Miss Bryant. So, it gives facts and information about that topic. It includes text features such as photographs, captions, sidebars, and maps. That gives us more information. Yesterday, we had this map of where the Grand Canyon was, right? We also had this picture of these houses that are built into the walls of the Grand Canyon. And then finally, our vocab strategy this week is multiple meaning words. Multiple meaning words have more than one meaning. For example, we saw the words bats here. They may fly, they may spy snakes and spiders, and some may even see bats. Well, a bat could be something that you use in a baseball game, and it could also be an animal. So we'll use the words around it, right? This is talking about snakes and spiders, so I'm guessing that this bat they're talking about here is the animal bat. If they were talking about hot dogs and brats and fans watching the game and the score, well, then I'd know they were talking about the wooden bat that you use in baseball. Now, today in your IXL assignment, we're going over the main idea of a passage. So, you're going to be able to listen to a passage and then you determine what is the main idea. For example, this one says smartphones. Remember, you can always click this button and it'll read it to you as well. Smartphones are phones that are used for making calls and sending messages. People count on them for getting directions and finding information on the internet. People also have fun listening to music, taking pictures, and playing games on their phones. On the other hand, smartphones have some downsides. Right? So we talked about all the positives, now here's some downsides. They can make it hard to keep your mind on important things like studying. Some people even text during meals or when spending time with their family. Driving while using a phone puts people in danger. Smartphones are useful, but they can cause problems if not used safely and politely. So what's the main idea? There are many good things about smartphones, or smartphones can be used in both good and bad ways. Well, remember half of our passage was about the good ways, half of it was about the bad ways. So, smartphones can be used in both good and bad ways is what would make sense as the main idea. All right, remember, take your time. I just got one right answer, and that brought me up to a SMART score of 22. All right, so really take your time. Make sure you're sure about your answer before you do it, and I'm sure you'll be done in no time. Remember, please get to above a score of 80 or work for 30 minutes. Make sure that you reach out to me if you've got any questions, anything that comes up. IXL is an awesome way to boost your grade by just doing your best and taking your time. Make sure you check it off on your weekly checklist once you're finished.